Harness Central continues its travels throughout New Zealand. Today we're at Royden Lodge, the oldest standardbred stud in the Southern Hemisphere, and we're here with Keith Gibson. Keith, we came down to have a look at Sundawn, the horse who's really changed the trotting breed in the Southern Hemisphere. He's 24 years old and just completed another successful stud season. Just tell us a little bit about that at this stage of his life.
Harold, he still attracted 119 mares this summer. Fertility's still good. Desire's excellent. So we're hopeful that next summer we're going to have the same again for him. Tremendous night the other night at Alexandra Park. I don't know whether you covered Sundawn's Gift, winning the Road Cup, which is one of our staying races, raced over 3,200 metres. And yet the same night as 3-year-old Filly Cardon won the Great Northern Trotters Derby. So he's still at the forefront of siring winners.
Sundawn is a son of Arndon, and he was acquired by your father-in-law, Sir Roy Mackenzie, largely because he's great friends with the late Delvin Miller. And Sundawn was actually born in the United States and then brought down here. It was a successful racehorse, but has gone much farther as a sire.
Yes, he was a very successful racehorse, Harold. He was a dominant 2- and 3-year-old, and then went on to win the Dominion Handicap, the South Island's version of the Road Cup. He raced over sprint distances and staying distances. He was actually, Arndon was actually bred by Roy. Roy purchased his mother, who was renamed as Royden Gal, at the yearling sales, and she went to Delvin to train. Unfortunately, she didn't grace the racetracks, but her first foal by Arnie Elmhurst was Arndon, and as they say, the rest's history.
Right. What's his legacy going to be as a sire?
His good gait and speed, I think, is the two things that he gave our breed in New Zealand.
Right. But he's left a tremendous number of racehorses year after year after year.
Yes, he has. He's been one of those dominant sires that's put his stamp on his progeny. You walk in a paddock of weanlings around here, we're probably half a by him, and they just stand out.
Right. And he has a tremendous number of daughters too, which are really having it laid on now with all this new blood coming in from the United States and Canada.
They are, and I'm sure every great sire generally turns out to be a great broodmare sire, and he will achieve that. And that was the reason behind me purchasing Monarchy some years ago, a son of Balanced Image,
who looks like heir apparent here.
Well, we're hopeful. Yes, he does. He's left the top 3-year-olds the last 2 seasons, not this season. Sundawn is going to have that honour this season. And his 6-year-olds are his oldest now, and there are a couple of those racing well in the free-for-all grade.
And Monarchy is a Balanced Image brother to Duke of York.
Yes, that's correct.
Right. Coming back to Sundawn, he's 24, he's no kid anymore. Health-wise, how is he holding up? I mean, he looks good, but working-wise?
Good. As I say, the Desire's still strong. He worked well through the summer. Little arthritic in a stifle joint, which was his undoing that ended his racing career. But no, for 24, he's pretty good.
And he stands down here for what fee?
He has currently been standing at 3,750 plus tax.
Good bargain.
Yes.
And just talking a little bit about the farm too before we get away. What size is it? I mean, it's the oldest stud, as I said, in the Southern Hemisphere. Just a little bit of history.
We have the home block here, which is 65 hectares, and another block up the road of a similar size, a turnout block.
And it's certainly still a going farm.
Oh, very much so. Yes, yes. Michael House is currently running things here. We have a business arrangement, a lease and a profit share on the stallions that's worked well for 4 years and has another year to continue, and we'll probably be renewing things after that.
Well, congratulations on a great career for Sundawn. I mean, he certainly changed the breed, and there's not many horses that can make that claim, and thank you for your time.
It's a pleasure, Harold, and it's really a legacy to Roy. I think his passion and and breeding knowledge enabled him to breed a horse the calibre of Arndon, and then Sundon followed on from that.
This is Harold Howe with Keith Gibson giving you the Harness Racing Edge.